Hello, my friend. Welcome to live chat. Yeah. Woohoo. Live chat. Welcome to live chat. Hello. Happy to be here. Excited for this live chat. We're going to have some fun and talk about some eyeshadow palettes. And I was kind of racking my brain figuring out, what would be interesting to talk about this weekend. I saw my very good friend that I talk about all the time because I love her so much. My very good friend, Audra from Audra at Home, just recently did her eyeshadow palette collection videos. I will link them down below for you. And I was like, you know what? We're going to do eyeshadow palette collection because I haven't done any kind of declutter or discussing of my eyeshadow palette collection in a really long time. And this bag, I got this at, I don't know if it was Gen Beauty or Ipsy's Gen Beauty or if it was at IMATS, but this bag is freaking amazing. It's from Makeup Forever. And yeah, it's like a leather, like pleather bag. It's not leather, it's like a pleather bag. And it is like fabulous. So I filled it all the way to the top with eyeshadow palettes. And we're just going to go through and talk about them because that's a fun thing to do. And hopefully y'all dig it. I think it's going to be fun. But before we do that, I do want to quickly say hello to the people that are here live in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness, also known as the people that are here in live chat. If you're watching this in the replay, you're participating in the collective brain, helping each other and me not buy crap down in the comments down below. But before we do that real quick, shout out to my shirt. If you do not know Lloyd Dobler, you need to get into the Say Anything. You need to watch it. I gave her my heart. She gave me a pen. It's one of the best lines ever. Saddest, most amazing lines ever in a movie. Hello to Yasu Cherry. Welcome back. Hello to Tina and Kimberly and Christine and classically Diana, Teresa MO, and the rest of the mod squad. Thank you for being here. Monica, good morning to you, my friend. Paula is here and Lana and I see Lana. I think I already said Lana. No, I didn't. Chantel is here and HM, Saucer Jess. Thanks for being here. Kelly and my girl Mel and Gina. I always do it, Gina. Every time, Gina. Gina's even got it spelled out in asterisks. And every time I have to pause. And Libby, did I say Libby yet? I don't know if I missed Libby. Libby and Jackie. Jackie says they haven't been in live chat in forever. Well, welcome back. And Thriving and Beyond. Hello, hello. And then my husband is here, JG3. Hello, baby. Hello, baby. If I did not say good morning to you, good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Oh, apparently I have lipstick on my teeth. This is why I need a husband looking out for me. And like everybody needs not necessarily a husband, but a person looking out for you. Everybody needs just a person to check their teeth. There we go. So let's go ahead. Let me scroll all the way down. By the way, if you see anybody in the comments in live chat that has a little brain with little weights on there, they've been a member of the Collective Brain Elite for over a year. Thank you so much to those people. Anybody that's joined the Collective Brain Elite for any amount of time, I appreciate it so very much, especially in the height of the pandemic. It really put my mind at ease having a little bit of extra cash coming in, so I can keep the channel going. I can keep doing this job full time. I really, really appreciate it. So thank you all so, so much. If you're wondering what's on my face today, we'll be talking about that at the midpoint about 30 minutes in. So, I love you guys so much. Oh my gosh, I love you guys. I see Sussex Sandra is here. Hello. I've been loving your comments. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. If you don't have a person, then you have a mirror. I guess you just need to, sometimes we just need to take care of ourselves. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes we just got to do that. All right, let's talk about what? Why are you laughing at me? What?
If you don't have a person, you have a mirror.
It's like, this is the thing, is sometimes in life, you just don't have a person to check for you. And you check for yourself. You check for your damn self and be independent. That's what it's all about. All right. So the first thing I'm pulling out, you don't really need a person. You don't. All right, here we go. First palette I pulled out is the Lemonade palette by Dominique Cosmetics. I freaking love this palette. You wouldn't know by how much has been used, but I really love this palette. I do have a couple critiques of it. The first one is that it's very even in tone, so it's hard to create a variety of looks. When I grab for this, I usually just grab for one of the shades, but it's really a wonderful palette. I did hear that some people were having trouble with the pigmentation of this when this launched. I haven't had that problem. I got it after launch, though. I got it probably, I don't know, a month or so after launch, and I really love it. I'm going to need like something to wipe off my arm here. This one doesn't seem to be quite as pigmented. Let me see. Let's do this matte one here. So this is kind of what we're dealing with. Yeah, that green one really didn't swatch very well. It's been a while since I've used that green one, but I've used this pink one quite a bit. And yeah, I really like it. It's a really nice palette, but again, it really doesn't have a lot of depth to it. So if you need depth in your shadows, you're probably going to want to pass on this. I should have gotten like a box to throw the palettes in that I've already talked about. I got a couple of Lunar Beauty palettes. I'm going to pull these out. I really like Lunar Beauty's formula. This is the Strawberry Dream palette. This one I don't reach for a lot. The color story just really isn't my jam. It's a good palette though. It's just I don't find myself reaching for it a lot. I really like the shade Lightning. This one's really fun. It's very pigmented, very easy to use. It's just very bam in your face. It's got a little bit of a gold white shift to it, which is fun. But I honestly don't reach for it very often, unfortunately. But it is a really good palette. I do very much enjoy Lunar Beauty's formula. Here's the Life's a Drag palette that he just got rid of. And you know, I don't really reach for this one that much either, to be honest. And I think it's just because these shades here I find in other palettes, and these shades here just, I don't reach for those that often. So I don't think to use this palette, which is kind of sad because it's very good. It's a very good palette. I really need to reach for this more often. You know, I think this palette would have been good for people that really are drawn to this corner over here. I do know he came out with the new Life's a Drag one where he bumped up the pigmentation on Kiki, which I think was a really good idea. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel about Manny's palettes overall, is that they're very good quality. For some reason, I don't reach for them. Let's see what you all are saying. We'll do like every two palettes. We'll see what's going on with you all over here. Let's see what Jen Unboxed said. Apparently, Jen Unboxed said something epic. Okay. Yes, Jen Unboxed says the mirror reminds you that you can always be there for yourself. Absolutely. And when it comes down to it, yourself is the only person that you can guarantee is always going to be there for you. That's what it comes down to. Yeah, Anna says Dominique Cosmetics formula is underrated. I totally agree. Totally agree. Yeah, it does kind of. Steph watched What's Up in Makeup from this morning. I bought the new Luxie Beauty palette, which was very much like the Dominique Cosmetics palette. See, it's like if I had remembered I had the Dominique Cosmetics palette, maybe I wouldn't have bought the Luxie one, but I've never tried Luxie Beauty shadows, and as a makeup reviewer, I really wanted to try them. So yeah, it does look very similar to the new Luxie Beauty. It's not a palette, it's like a collection of 7 shadows, and it doesn't come with a magnetic palette or anything. I'm going to have to buy a magnetic palette because I'm out of space in my current ones. So all right. Oh, hold on a minute. Where's Jen? Jen says, I depotted my 2 Dominique Cosmetics latte palettes and combined them into one. That's smart. And then that way you have all of the more natural colors in there with all of the pastel looking colors. Oh, yeah. Tasha says, I love the Lunar Beauty palette, but it stains my eyes. Any ideas on how to prevent this? Are you using a primer? That might help. You might be able to find a primer that is creates enough of a layer there. But that would kind of be my only advice. I mean, it's just because they're pressed pigments. They're those red, a lot of them use those red pigments, was it red 6, red 7, red 27, red 28. The ones that aren't technically FDA approved for the eyes, those tend to stain. So yeah. All right, let's keep going. Let's see what's next. Okay. This is a really good palette. And I haven't used this. I used this a few times when I first got it, and then I needed to move on to other things. But this is really good. This is the Essentials palette by Sigma and Stephanie Lang. She did a fantastic job with this. If you're looking for a good, solid, natural palette, highly recommend this one. It's got a nice range of tones in here, which is great. And it's just very well done for a more basic color story. But you know, a lot of people like this kind of thing, and Stephanie did a fantastic job on this, and the quality is phenomenal. Let me swatch Metal for you. This one's really fun. This would be a beautiful highlighter on deeper skin tones. Look at that. And in person, there is a really special sparkle to it. I wish that it came off on camera, but there's like it's almost like, you know, that filter where on Instagram, is it on Instagram, I think, where it kind of gives the sparkle. I forget exactly what it's called, but it like adds extra sparkle to the photo. This does that on its own. Like when you move it, it gives a sparkle, but there is some glitter fallout through the day. So you definitely want to use some kind of glitter glue or something with this because you'll get some glitter under your eyes. But it's a beautiful, beautiful shade, beautiful palette. Stephanie did fantastic. All right, let's do one more. Let's see what else is in here. Okay. Too Faced Chocolate Gold Palette. When I first got this, I was obsessed. And I reach for this every once in a while. I will reach for this. The smell of the chocolate always gets to me. You know, I love my scented makeup. It's just a thing. But the color range in here, it's not something I would ever pick for a chocolate palette. Like it's very different. When I first got this, I brought this traveling with me quite a bit. And this was pretty much my only palette that I brought, I think, when we went in the van for 2.5 months. I'm pretty sure this was the palette that I brought and nothing else. And it was fine. It was plenty. I do know that was the year we went on like a 3-day cruise with John's family. And this is what I brought. I remember bringing it there. But I love that you can create a natural look and then just add in a little pop of color. And it's very, very good quality. Let me swatch some, like this green one. Oh my gosh. And then this matte brown. I mean, it's pretty typical, but it's great. And then this purple one I've used a lot. But they're just wonderful. Bring that down a little bit. Just really, really good. I convinced my sister-in-law, Amy, to buy it, and she did not like it. She didn't like the color story. It just wasn't for her. She's more into she loves like the cool tone purples and stuff like that. And I think this was just a little too warm in the color selection for her. But I love this thing. I love it. I just want to smell the chocolate all day. I don't know how much we're going to be able to get through this bag in the hour. We're already 15 minutes in. I'm only like 5 palettes in. What's up? Everything good? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, somebody was saying it was blurry, but it's as sharp as we can get it. It's a stream.
Okay. Thing. If it seems to be blurry, it might just be the stream. And you can always check the little wheel over in the corner and make sure that it's up. The number is up as high as possible, at least 720. Yeah, so it might just be a buffering streaming thing if it seems blurry. Hopefully it's not a final thing. Yeah. Anna says, I think it's fun when brands make eyeshadow smell yummy. Love the smell of the new Laura Lee candy palette. I did not get that one. It was so cute. I was so happy for them when they released that. But I did not get that one. Yeah, Thriving and Beyond says the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette is useful for adding shimmers to the lid. Great jewel tones for some pizzazz to the eye look. Totally agree. Totally agree. Afra says, I don't like swatching eyeshadow because I feel it wastes product. Yeah, I think so. I guess it just depends on why you're swatching, you know, so for me, I'm swatching because I'm trying to help people. So I don't see that as being a waste of product. I think that's great. And also sometimes I feel like, at least for me, there are certain palettes that I feel like I need to swatch it to see the true color, because sometimes in the pan, it just doesn't look the same as it does on my skin tone. So yes, I don't know. I guess it just depends on whether you feel like you're just swatching it for no reason or you're swatching it because you really want to, there's a purpose to it. But I can totally see that point of view. Absolutely. All right. Diane, I can't do a longer chat today. Unfortunately, I wish I could. I can't. My son is having his 10th birthday party today. Tomorrow is his 10th birthday. So no longer chat today, unfortunately. All right, so let's see what's next. Okay, this I should probably throw away because it's really, really old. The Modern Renaissance palette by ABH. I mean, this is a classic. It's fabulous. I've used it a bazillion times. It's wonderful. Do we need to talk about Modern Renaissance? I'm just going to skip that because I feel like everybody kind of knows about this. It's a really good palette. It's got a nice range of shades. Pigmentation is fabulous. Kick up in the pan in all ABH shadows like this is awful. You have to really tap very lightly because you will, like we were talking about a second ago, you will waste product if you tap too hard into them because they are very, very, very soft. But yeah, if you've use the Modern Renaissance palette. We'll cheers our palettes together. So, cheers. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes for my son. He's very excited. Very excited. All right. Okay. So Juvia's Place Warrior palette. I freaking love this palette. This is probably my favorite Juvia's Place palette. It is so good. So good. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me just swatch a little bit. My only thing about Juvia's Place's formula is that I find that the shimmers really transfer badly on my lid. My lids are starting to get a little bit hooded, and as they do, the transfer from my lid, from shimmer shades on my lid to my brow bone, it ends up in almost a stripe. And I really find that with Juvia's Place shadows. And that's really my only complaint, though. They're very pigmented. They're very reasonably priced. They go on very easily, easy to work with. I mean, Juvia's Place nailed this formula, I think, before anybody else. I mean, look at that. At their price point, I really do believe they were the first people to really, first brand to really nail this highly pigmented formula at a low price. Just incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yeah. So one of the reasons why I really love this is I love the range from light to deep. So you can create a lot of different looks. And I got to swatch the shade Earth. Oh no, I thought it said Earth. Benin is what it says down there. Look at that. This perfect bronze shade. It's got just enough of a pink to it, almost. Just kind of want to eat it. Like I love it that much. Love it. Love it so much. Okay. Anna says, Juvia's Place makes fun palettes. My fave is the Magic palette. Magic palette is great too. Totally. Welcome to Nicole Ann. Never making it to a live before. Welcome. Happy birthday to your youngest son, Kristi. Oh, Melody says the same thing. Melody says, yes, Juvia's Place shimmers transfer on my lid too, but I love them so much. That's the way I feel. Feel the exact same way. The exact same way. All right. Let's see what's next. Okay, so another ABH palette, the Riviera palette. This got pushed back in my collection way too early. This is a fabulous eyeshadow palette. These guys have really been loved very well. It's quite messy in here. These guys right here, they were very well loved before it kind of got pushed back, but very vibrant, very summery, just a wonderful, wonderful palette. Let me see if I can gently, this guy right here, Mediterranean, I don't think I have anything else like that in my collection. It's very, very soft. And let's do one of these mattes. Let's do Can. I mean, this is just, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This one right here. This is love right here. It takes my breath away. I need to move this up and play with this more because it is fabulous. Oh my gosh, Lana. Lana, I have that palette. I've never opened it. Lana, you need to open it. You need to open it. I demand you open it. You must open it. Rivka, no, I'm not getting rid of all these palettes. No, I'm just going through my collection, just kind of talking about it. I will probably end up decluttering the ABH Modern Renaissance because it's really, really old. I might just put it, because I have a place where I keep palettes that are really, really popular. That's where it's probably going to go. I have a place that I keep palettes that are really popular that are just expired that I keep in case there's something, you know, people are wondering whether, you know, a new palette is similar to an older palette. So instead of throwing it away, I just do that. I put it away in a special place. It's like where my Urban Decay Naked 2 palette lives. All right, so let's see what's here. Okay, so this is Makeup by Mario. And this is, okay, so this I love. This was sent to me by Mario. This is the Master Metals palette. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to use a mixing medium and you're supposed to turn these into liquid shadows. They're fabulous. They're amazing. I haven't used it because it's a pain in the butt to do all of those steps. But if you like the artistry of makeup and you want to spend that extra time to really get a truly metallic look, metallic liner, this is fabulous. I just haven't really been doing that. You can even, like, it even came with a little spatula and you could scrape it. Let me see if I can swatch them. Even just dry, they're really nice. But it's just, I don't know. Oh, I meant to click off of this one. I'll click off your comment in a second. Oh my gosh, why am I not using these? Even dry, they're beautiful. I need to move this up in my collection too and use that more because I forgot how beautiful they are dry. But you can, I guess because I got caught up in like the whole making it metallic thing and I was like, nah, I don't want to do all that, but they're beautiful dry. They're beautiful. Let me click off this comment since we've addressed that. Yeah, Makeup says the ABH formula is so good. When another one comes out, chances are I'll get it. Yeah, I haven't bought one since the Jackie Aina palette. I kind of got a little bit of fatigue there. But yeah. Yeah. Anna says the Riviera was at Marshall's for $20. I should have picked it up. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It is, Sandra. When you're using like the mixing medium and all that, I think you have to like really love the artistry of it. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, he really does do great quality palettes. I agree. I agree. Wasn't a big fan of the bronzers, to be honest. But other than that. All right, let's see what's next. Okay, this. This right here. I spent way too much money on this palette. This is the Sephora Pro. Oh, this is the face palette. Yeah. Like, ask me how many times I've used this. Not enough for how much I paid for it. It gets hard pan. Has a serious hard pan problem. It is a pain in the butt to use. If you ever see this palette, do not buy it. The shade color from the photos online to what you get in person is different as far as like the depth of it. I forget whether it's either lighter. I think it's a little lighter in person than it is online. And it gets hard pan really bad. I do not enjoy using this. This is getting decluttered because I don't like this. It doesn't work well. And maybe someone else can get it to work well. Maybe someone else will have the patience. This I'm decluttering. I do have some neighbors that are going to be coming over soon, going through like my decluttered stuff and everything. It's just so much easier and less expensive. Like this thing is freaking heavy. This would probably cost me, you know, at least $10 to $15 to mail to anybody. It is really heavy. So yeah, hopefully one of my neighbors will take it. But yeah, that thing it's freaking awful. It's terrible. Okay.
What causes hard pan?
What causes hard pan? A lot of times it's the oils in your skin. So when you go back and forth from your face to the pan, or from your fingers, if you touch it with your fingers, a lot of times that'll cause hard pan. Thank you, John. Somebody was asking what causes hard pan. Yeah, and this too. Tip Top Tia. Oh, I love that name. Hard pan is caused by temperature changes and moisture. Yeah. Oh, I wish you were my neighbor too. Yeah, Eleanor's like, congratulations. Congrats on decluttering the Sephora face palette. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Dion says the deeper one's my favorite face palette ever. Do you get hard pan on it? Maybe the deeper one is just better made. Because this one is what's this one called? This is called medium, is what this one is. So maybe it's just better made. All right. Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. This is the original. This should probably go in like my old palettes. I don't know how old this is. How old is this at this point? The original one. If I bought it at launch. Like I even have like the RawBeautyKristi idea of taping the card inside because they didn't have shade names on it. So I stole that idea from Kristi. But yeah, y'all know how much I love this thing. I brought this thing to all the Ipsy events that year. And this was like the only palette I brought. There was one year for Gen Beauty, for Ipsy Gen Beauty, I went to 4 different ones in the same year. I went to San Francisco, I went to Los Angeles, I went to New York, and I went to Toronto. All in 1 year. I was like, 2017, everybody's saying, thank you. Thank you, Lana. Yeah, this thing's too old probably to use at this point, but I don't want to get rid of it because, you know, we should have that one. All right. Let's see what's next. Okay, I actually reach for this quite often. This was the only PR I ever got from Glamlite. Everything else I have from Glamlite, I have purchased. But this was their paint palette. It came with the yellow broken, which was such a bummer. But I've used this yellow so many times. Yellow looks are beautiful. If you've never tried a yellow look, I encourage it. I think they look beautiful on most anybody. I really do. And then put a little bit of brown on your lower lash line, like gorgeous. Or like some brown liner, gorgeous. It's beautiful. But these shadows are fabulous. Glamlite shadows remind me a lot of Juvia's Place shadows. I don't get, sometimes I get the same amount of transfer as Juvia's Place. Sometimes I don't. But look at these shades. This one right here. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, if you like color, this is like the chat for you. Look at these. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Check these out. I mean, really? Really? Let me pull this one down a little more. What? That blue though. Glamlite, the packaging is large. It is hard to store. It is beautiful in my opinion. I love the food theme stuff. I think they're gorgeous, but they're definitely large and hard to store. So it just kind of depends on what you like. Yeah, exactly. Where was this? I saw someone say about it being bulky. I lost it. Yeah, yellow shadows are totally underrated. Absolutely. Yeah, exactly, Anna. Exactly. Anna says, I need a Glamlite palette. Problem is the packaging is so bulky. Oh, totally. All right. What is this? Oh, and the other Mario palette. Oh, this is the other metallics palette. Now, this one I didn't like as much. This one is... this is the other metallics palette. So he made this based on like things within the body, like their true colors, like of like organs and stuff and like veins and all of that, which I thought was very cool. But these I felt like, I don't know. Why don't I use these? I mean, they're really pretty. Why don't I use these? I need to switch because I'm running out of, I'm starting to get stained there. I don't know why don't I use these? I think that the reason why I don't use them is because they weren't as poppy on the lid as some of the other shimmers that I like to wear. They're just a little more natural. They don't have quite as much shine, but that makes sense for a brand like Mario's to not have like the Glamlite Juvia's Place shine. It's not like that. It's a more subtle shine. I think that's why I don't use it that often. But yeah, it's a good palette. It's a good palette. And this was PR. I'm trying to like mention things that are in PR. Very few things I've talked about so far have been in PR. I think the only thing that I didn't mention was the Sigma palette was PR. But other than that, I'm pretty sure everything else I've talked about is purchased. All right. Susan says the new Glamlite Michaela palette is a perfect square, smaller palette. Nice. Is it a smaller palette? I thought it was bigger. Isn't it expensive? I thought I remembered it being expensive. It's a smaller palette? Really? Wow. Krista says, it kind of gives me the creeps if I think about it too much, the organs thing. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Kristi, for joining the Elite. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. I have one Persona palette, Lana, and I don't use it much. It's very Viseart. It's very soft. It's very natural, very easy to use. I don't grab it that often for some reason. Very rarely. I have the original one. All right, let's see what else is in here. Okay, this Alter Ego. Okay, so that brings me to it's 10:30. Let's talk about Alter Ego as a brand. I have Alter Ego on my eyeballs today. This is PR. This is their Daydream palette. And I honestly, like, I got bored with this color story really quickly. I'm pretty sure this is a dupe for a Huda palette. Alter Ego is, they recreate color stories of popular eyeshadow palettes. I'm pretty sure this was a Huda one. You have to correct me if I'm wrong, because I may be wrong. But like this mauve color story, I just got bored with really quickly, but it is a very good palette. And that's one thing Alter Ego does really well, is the quality of their palettes. So let's take a quick break and let's talk about Shadow Kiss. I use this, if you're wondering what I was wearing on my eyes for What's Been Makeup today, or right now, this is what I have on my eyes. This is the second time I've used it, and I've really been enjoying it so far. Pigmentation is fabulous. I have the shade Tempt on my lid. It's like the only color in here. It's got a little bit of a pink tint to it, and it's beautiful. Let me just swatch a few of these shimmer shades. I might need to get like a makeup remover or something. But like, really beautiful. Let me swatch some of the mattes. They just sent this to me in PR. They don't send me PR very often. I think the last time I got PR was the last one I talked about. But yeah, these are great crease shades, and I love the range of the crease shades that are in here. I'm not sure what this is a dupe for. They're very blendable. So you can see there isn't a ton of pigment there, but they're very blendable, and they don't blend away, and they do build. So I find that to be nice in a matte shadow. In a shimmer shadow, I kind of want it to like go on and be punchy and like bam in your face. But for mattes, I kind of like it when they're a little softer to go on and then build. But if they don't build or if they blend away, then that's an issue. But yeah, really enjoying this so far. Only used it twice. And yeah. If you've never tried Alter Ego and you like dupe palettes, if you feel like that's an okay thing to do at a cheaper price point, I definitely, oh, here we go. Thank you, Ellen and everybody else. It says Natasha Denona Glam Palette. Thank you so much, Elizabeth and Afra, and let me see if anybody else. Yeah, the other one is the Huda New Nudes. I think you're right. Yeah, thank you everybody for Natasha Denona Glam. Yes, you're right. Yes, yes. Okay, so yes, there's that. Okay, on my face, I have a couple things I want to tell you. So I use the Glossier Cloud Paint, which I don't use very often. When I got this, I wasn't really into cream blushes, but now that that's becoming a thing and I'm getting better at using them, I did want to use this again today, and it was good. It was really good. Very easy to blend out. Doesn't build very well. It kind of like, it blends out. You know, as you blend it, it definitely gets very soft. Let me just kind of, I'm definitely going to need some kind of micellar water or something to, let me see. So it looks like that when you put it on, which is a little scary, but you see how it's not very pigmented. Like, and there's like, it doesn't really, I guess it builds a little, but you'll have to tell me what your experience is and whether you've been able to get the Glossier Cloud Paints to build. Maybe it's just my, the shade that I got. I don't know. But a big problem that I had, which I don't know if it's the Cloud Paint, I don't know if it's this product, but it was an issue. This was purchased. This was PR, I think. Makeup Obsession Let's Glow Liquid Luminator. I put this on over top and it completely removed the Cloud Paint. Like it was gone. And I was like, oh crap. So I had to put the Cloud Paint on again. Let me see if you can even see it at this point. So I had to like kind of cover this up a little bit. So I don't know. Man. I don't know. This is really fun though. I hate the applicator because it doesn't really work. But it's like an iridescent highlight. If you can get it on your cheeks the right way, it's really pretty. But you have to really be into that. Like, I mean, it's got blue in it. So... But yeah, completely remove the Cloud Paint. Completely removed it. It was very annoying. And on my lips today, I have a combo of 2 doses of colors, liquid lipsticks, Warm and Fuzzy and Knock on Wood. Make this. And I like it a lot. It's like a dirty peachy shade. And it's fun. I really like it. All right, let me get some micellar water real quick before we jump into the second half. I have some Clorox wipes, but I'm not going to put that on my arm. All right. Okay. Let's see if we can clear off these stains so that I can have a clean canvas. I really enjoy Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks. They're a little dry. They have a little bit of a stick to them, but I think that they're stickier because they're getting a little older. I think that's part of it. Because I don't think they're as sticky when you first get them, but yeah, they're definitely up there in some of my favorite liquid lipsticks. I got that from Anna. Anna was saying they make the best liquid lipsticks. Interesting. Laurel says I mix the darker Glossier tones with the lighter ones, otherwise they won't show on my skin. Very good. Good to know. Interesting. So Ashley says it doesn't have a lot of punch color-wise, but the cloud paints are great to use with a matching color powder over it. That's smart. All right. Let's see what's next in my bag. Okay. Dominique Cosmetics Latte Palette. So we were talking earlier about the potential of depotting these and putting them together. That would be a huge palette. These pans are gigantic. But this is a great palette too. I think Dominique Cosmetics doesn't get talked about enough. I think it's because Kristen Dominique just isn't in your face like that. I feel like she doesn't, her brand doesn't get talked about enough. She doesn't get talked about enough. She seems like a very lovely human. I did get to meet her once. She was very, very nice. And yeah, I really love Dominique Cosmetics palettes. They're awesome. All right. Another Juvia's Place, the Tribe palette. This one I kind of have to be in the mood for, but when I'm in the mood, oh yes, this is fabulous. Oh my gosh, this shade, it's called Chaga. This one is probably my most used shade because it's like gold with like a green undertone and also the shade Caro. Oh, look at that. It's like yellow and green iridescent amazingness. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's some green in this bronze shade. It's like, what? Why? But it's amazing. Oh, I love it so much. I love it so much. I'm going to try to see if I can find different brands that I haven't talked about in here. Does this brand still exist? I haven't heard of them in a long time. Naked Cosmetics. I'm pretty sure I got this in like a BoxyCharm or something. Does this brand still exist? They're like iridescent shadows. This came out around when Kat Von D came out with the Triangle palette. Yeah, it's pretty wimpy, but it works. And I was using this kind of to top liner. Oh no, it's not wimpy. What was I talking about? Oh my gosh. You know who really loves this palette is Leisha from X Sparkage. I remember when I did my collab with her when I went down to Arizona, she loved this palette. This was like her jam. So I think I was misrepresenting for a second. I haven't swatched it in a really long time. This needs to move up in my collection. This would be great for like an inner corner highlight kind of situation, or even just a highlighter. Like use some of these as highlighter on the face. Okay. All right. All right. It's been a while. All right. See what else is in here. Okay. ColourPop. We finally got to a ColourPop palette. ColourPop Double Entendre. And I think this was part of the Ali Glines collab. I think that's where this was. I used this once. I loved it. And then I just stopped using it for some reason. And I don't know why, because it's fabulous. Honestly, for all the crap that ColourPop gets, they make really good products. I have to say, even though I do feel like they overproduce, I'd rather them overproduce and create something that people can actually use and have, you know, good quality than like Makeup Revolution that produces a bunch of crap and overproduces makeup that sucks. Like, not all Makeup Revolution stuff sucks, but a lot of it does. ColourPop, their eyeshadows are so good. And then also, one thing to keep in mind with ColourPop is because they have their own lab, they can produce very small runs. And I would imagine Makeup Revolution has their own lab as well. They're a huge company. but yeah, they can produce very small runs of things, and it doesn't have to be, there may not be as much waste as we think, except for the fact that people keep buying things that they're never going to use. I feel like that's really where the problem is. And we've talked about that in like my recycling video and everything, that the best way to help our planet is to just not buy as much. As I do a palette declutter of all of these palettes, really in the last year or two, I've really been trying not to buy as much and really only buying what I need in order to help you not to buy crap and not to buy more than that. So anyway, I hate that ColourPop comes out with so many things, but I think that that it's partially in the consumer's responsibility to not buy things that they don't need, that aren't going to bring them joy, that they'll buy and then throw in a drawer like I did with this palette. So I'm part of the problem when it comes down to it. I just, I really trust Allie. I think that she does a great job with her reviews. She's a fantastic reviewer. And I wanted to buy the collection that she made because I knew that I would enjoy it. And I use everything else, well, almost everything else that was in that collection. I haven't used this. I need to use it more because it really is good. Let's see what you all are saying. ColourPop shimmers and metallics are awesome. I agree. Yeah, Gina, I like ColourPop affordable and good quality. Totally. And I feel like, if you are at a lower price point, I think ColourPop is a great way to go. And now that they're available at Ulta, it would be great to be able to see ColourPop at more drugstores because not everybody has an Ulta. It would be great to see that because I do feel like that, they're way better than like your traditional Revlon color, CoverGirl, the eyeshadow palettes that the everyday consumer is going to, people that don't watch beauty YouTube, are going to go in and buy a Revlon palette and be super disappointed and then not use it, or think that they have a problem with applying their eyeshadow, but it's not them, it's the palette. Like, it would be great if ColourPop was more accessible to people that don't watch beauty YouTube, because I think that they would really, really like it. But maybe one day. Yeah. Ginger Genie says, I have 6 ColourPop palettes and use them all the time. Yeah, totally. I mean, I reach for mine a lot. I just haven't reached for that one. I think it just got pushed back too fast. Becky, I don't know if ColourPop's discontinuing their singles. I haven't heard anything. But if I do, I'll let you know. But I would imagine they probably don't sell as well as the palettes. Yeah, Sandra, I wish you could get it in the UK too. I mean, I really feel like they should be expanding to more people, Thank you for bringing that up, because for some reason I was thinking they were available in Canada and the UK. But maybe I'm wrong. Are they available in Canada? Hopefully they'll expand. Oh my gosh, Dion, the ColourPop Kathleen Lights palette is fabulous. I have that one up. I did have it up there. I don't see it anymore. I think I might have let John borrow it or something. I don't know. But yeah, so I don't know where that palette. Oh, there it is. It's in this back. Hold on, let me show you. It's right here. I know why it's in there. I didn't let John borrow it. It's I did a video, and then it was like a tag video from a couple of years ago, and then I realized that I didn't think I'd ever done the tag video. And then I filmed it, and then I realized I'd already done it, and half the palettes were exactly the same as they were when I actually filmed it. So yeah, I ditched that video. So this is still in there from that video that I filmed. This is the So Jaded Kathleen Lights palette, and it's fabulous. It really is. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. If you can get your hands on this, it's wonderful. Like, no complaints. 0 complaints. All right. Next up, Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes. Do you remember the hype around the Too Faced Peach palettes? I don't think there's been hype around a launch since the Too Faced Peach collection came out. That was, I think, the most hyped up launch of all time. I remember like refreshing and trying so hard to get the peach stuff when it came out. Like the second set of peach stuff, I think it was the first stuff too. But man, there was hype. Like, I don't know if we're ever going to get that kind of hype back. Do you think we're ever going to get that kind of hype back for an eyeshadow palette launch or like a line launch? Man. And I feel like Too Faced has totally missed out on doing like a strawberry line and, different lines of different fruits. Like, I know they did like Tutti Frutti and stuff like that, but I feel like their lines have all been so scattered since then. Like, no true like thing since Peach. But this was a good palette. I like it. I don't reach for it very often. I think it's the Color Story, but it's a good palette. It's good, solid eyeshadow palette. It is all mattes. So I think that's part of the reason why I don't reach for it that much. If I was still teaching, I probably would use this way, 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 way more. But oh, Chantel says ColourPop's international shipping is really not badly priced and even have free international shipping from time to time. They're one of the few companies I order from South Africa. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you, my friend Flory. I appreciate you. Reminding people to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you'd like. Darky Doom says, haha, I love the ColourPop Peach palette instead. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's why. Maybe because there's just so many brands doing the same things. Maybe that's why that they just aren't coming out with that stuff anymore. Too Faced, man, it's like they had such a good thing going. They had such a good thing going. Yeah, Natha says I'm allergic to peaches, so I missed out on that. I don't know if it actually have. I think some of it did have peach in it. I'm pretty sure the foundation and the primer had peach in it. I don't know if all the products did. Some of it might have been artificial. But yeah, if you're allergic, I wouldn't have touched it either. You probably have bad olfactory, like you probably smell it and you're like, allergy, freaking out. Yeah, Jennifer says, I waited for 3 hours in line for the Too Faced website for the original Sweet Peach palette. Worth it. Yeah, I think I did too. I think I was with you. Yeah, Crystal says, I love my Too Faced Tutti Frutti pineapple palette, and the colors and the quality are really good. I have that too, the highlighter. It's very nice. That I think was sent in PR, just because I like to disclose that. Okay, so Tracy wants to know what was it said why Jacqueline's summer launch was available at Morphe. I don't think she sold her stuff through Morphe and don't remember being mentioned in her video. Like I said, I'm out of the loop. So Jacqueline Cosmetics is under the umbrella of Forma Brands. So Forma Brands they call it an incubator brand, but I feel like it's weird. Morphe's under there. Morphe 2 is under there. They bought Lipstick Queen. There's a vitamin brand. There's, what else? I feel like there's another one. There's Jacqueline Cosmetics. So it makes sense that Jacqueline would sell her stuff at the Morphe stores and Morphe online. She did say that with the summer limit, it was so limited edition that she was only going to sell it on her website. And I think some Morphe stores were getting it, but she wasn't going to sell it at Morphe online. If I remember correctly, I could be remembering that wrong. Yeah. Anna says, Too Faced with their sexy names. LOL, it's makeup for goodness sakes. Yeah, I mean, but you think about like NARS Orgasm being around forever and ever and ever. I mean, some people, I feel like it's a mixed message with the brand. I feel like that some of their, I feel like the brand identity is a little weird because I can see like children really liking, like teenagers and tweens and, really enjoying the Too Faced packaging and everything. Like they had like little teddy bears and all that stuff. But then they have all the sex themed stuff, Glow Job and all of that. It's like who are we marketing to? Like what is happening here? Are we marketing like with puppies? Like they had a puppy themed palette for Jared's dog. And like, are we marketing? Like, I feel like it's just such a mixed identity with Too Faced. And then they have like the diamond powders, like that are very glam. And they had the whole, what was her name? I can't remember the chick that, Erica Jane collection, which was all like sex themed stuff. It's like, okay, pick teddy bears or a Glow Job. Like you can't have both. Like it's just gross. It's creepy. So I think they need to figure out what their brand identity is. I don't really get it, honestly. I feel like if they just picked one or the other and just went with it, they'd be in much better shape. All right. Okay, hold on. What's this? We're about halfway through the bag. Okay, another Juvia's Place Magic Palette. Oh my gosh. Oh, so nice. So nice. Beautiful. I don't have any other really dark blues like these. And this guy's really unique too. Just very unique shades in this one. Same Juvia's Place quality. Deanna, great point. Deanna says it's exactly why they have the perfect name like Too Faced. I mean, that's a really good point. Yeah. Okay. Tracy says about the Jaclyn Cosmetics things. I knew they were under the same umbrella. I didn't think her previous launches were on Morphe's site. I guess I just didn't look on Morphe's site. That caught my attention. Yeah, sure. I don't know. I don't go on Morphe's site often, so I'm not really sure. But honestly, I didn't look either, to be honest. All right, so this is a fun palette. This is the Sola Look Charmed palette. This is really fun. I don't know how much I talked about this. The color story for me, I feel like where Sola Look misses is their color stories are kind of all over the place and difficult to navigate, where like, it's like, I wish instead of doing these two shades that are similar, why not put like a deeper shade, like a deeper, like darker brown? Like why? I don't know. I feel like they always miss on the color stories. Their quality is really, really good. I love their branded stuff. Everything is licensed. The Charm palette is all licensed. But I feel like their color stories are just miss for me. And I've talked to people from Sola Look forever, since right after their first palette launch. I think their second palette was Dirty Dancing, I think. But like right around there, I've been talking to them for a long time. They're such wonderful people. But I've talked to them before about, you know, because they've asked me specifically for feedback, and I feel like they always miss it on the color stories, where it's just like, it just doesn't make sense. You know, it doesn't make sense, but very cute, very high quality. It's just, I don't know. I love the packaging design. I just feel like the shadow color story is a little off. You know, Lana, I don't know if it's still available. I'm not sure. Yeah, I love Charm, but this isn't a hit for me. Exactly. All right, next up, my girl Kristi. Still love this palette. Still use it. Love it. This is the Pure and RawBeautyKristi palette. I wish that they were able to make this a permanent thing because it really is fabulous. And it refreshed my love for Pure. I honestly didn't like Pure products. And everything I tried sucked. Like everything I tried sucked. So I like lost all hope. And then I bought this and then I was like, okay. And then I started trying more Pure products and I was like, oh, well, maybe I like Pure products because they're really good. Like the was it 4-in-1 tinted moisturizer foundation thing? Oh my gosh, it's fabulous. So yeah, really like this. So I love the two-sided thing, which I don't know who came up with that idea. If it was Kristi's idea, if it was Pure's idea, collab, I don't know. But I think this is really cool. The shades are fabulous. You've got the colorful side on one side and you've got the natural side on the other side. And I love the shades that she picked. I love that she put in the yellow here. She didn't just go with like mauves or peaches, that she made it different. And I love it. I freaking love this palette. She did amazing. I'm a little biased because I love Kristi, but she's fabulous. All right, we're going to skip that one. Okay.
A couple people asked, how many palettes do you think you have?
Oh, John says people are asking how many palettes I think I have. I have no idea. How many palettes have I gone through? I have probably twice that. Whatever. At least. I have a lot. Way too many. This bag, okay, so I filled this up to this. We're to here. And then but then I have the ones that I don't actually use. And like I have like 2 things here that you can see. And then I have those here. There's just a few there. There's just 1, 2, 3, 5 palettes there. And then I have some over here too. I have like 5 more over here. Way too many. But I'm a makeup reviewer. And I've been doing this for like 8 years. So it makes sense that I would have a lot. But it makes me sick. That all this that I've created, all this thing that's going to eventually be trash. It's like, I got another Lunar Beauty palette. This one, I really like this one a lot. This one I have not used as much as I should. I feel like Manny nailed this color story and I need to move this up because this is something that needs to be used more. He did a fantastic job with this and I need to use this more. This needs to be moved up and get more love because it's wonderful. Annette says, you must have a lot of eyes, Jen. I wish I had more. I do. I wish I had more eyes. I don't. It kills me. I wish I just had 1 more set of eyes, maybe 2. So, all right, let's see what this is. Okay. The Collective Cosmetics Mandela Effect. Okay. It's falling apart. I think that, okay, I'm pretty sure they sent this to me in PR, and it's falling apart. The pans are coming out like there's like space between the pans. This shadow is crumbling. It's just not very well constructed, but the shadow quality is good. Let me swatch these for you. This one's fun. This one is called Memories. We'll do bright, and then we'll do the shade down here. It's called Coup d'etat. I didn't know how you spelled coup d'etat until just now. I don't even know what coup d'etat means, to be honest with you. I know I've heard it before, but look at the quality. It's fabulous. But it's for some reason, I don't know what's going on. It's just not very well constructed. But quality's great. Color story's a little odd. But it kind of reminds me of like a Juvia's Place palette where I may use one shade, out of the palette. And this one's very, very unique. Very unique here. It's blue with a gold glitter in it. I don't know if you can see the gold glitter, but it's fabulous. It's just, I wish it was better constructed. It just made a mess all over my table. So, oh, okay. Thank you. Oh, like a coup. Well, there you go. Catherine says coup d'etat is overthrowing the government like a coup. I knew what a coup was. Thank you. Thank you so much. Means blow to the state, toppling the government. Thank you. Well, there you go. Learn something new today. This is what the collective brain is all about. All right. Dose of Colors. Okay, Dose of Colors, I Love Sari palette. This was given to me by a lovely, fabulous subscriber of mine. She's amazing. I haven't talked to her in a while, but I'm missing so much. This is wonderful. Right after I got this, I use this all the time, and it is wonderful. The color story is a little difficult to work with on its own. You can't really do a whole lot with it just because there's so few shades in it, but I've used this as a supplemental palette, and it's really nice. Let me just swatch. Actually, let me kind of clear off my hands here so I don't get any contamination of other colors in here. Because I'm a little stained up. Get my hands a little cleaner. Okay. But I want to show you this shade. This shade right here. I mean, what? I've never used this black. But one day, when I'm going to the club, maybe I'll wear the black. Oh my gosh. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, this is like 22-year-old me would have worn that. Like, what? What? Are you kidding me? What? Oh my gosh, I just made a huge mess. I don't think this is still available. Oh, speaking of Persona, I found the Persona palette. Hold on a second. We need to clean up here. That black was a bad choice. I know that some of you were thinking, Jen, don't swatch that black. You're going to make a huge mess. And I did it anyway. So fun. Alice says, any info on Jamie French revamping her channel? She did do a full video on it where she explains everything. So I'm very happy for Jamie. I want nothing but happiness for Jamie. She is such a lovely human. She's exactly the way she is in her videos. She's such a wonderful, wonderful person. Aww. I adore her. There are so many really nice people on YouTube. And it's like, I hate that, there are so many assumptions about people online and people making connections that just aren't real. And it's just really sad when I see like mean things being said about people that I know are good people. It just drives me bonkers. It's like, come on, man, leave people alone. Be nice. And it happens mostly when people get big and then people just all of a sudden turn mean. And it's like, come on, just because their channel is getting bigger doesn't mean you have to be mean. But I think it just reaches the mean people maybe. She's such a lovely person. All right, Persona palette. Bloop. Persona. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. So let's just do these last two palettes, and then we'll go for the day. So Persona palette It's very nice, but very soft. You have to really want a soft look. Let me swatch and just kind of show you what I'm talking about. And when you blend them out, they get even softer. Got a little bit of fallout there. But it creates pretty looks. It's just pretty. It's just pretty. If you want a pretty palette, easy to use, high quality. Persona's great. Persona's wonderful. And then finally, I can't believe this is the first Laura Lee palette I've come across. I love Laura Lee Los Angeles. By the way, I got one of her bags. Laura was kind enough to send me one of her bags, and I keep meaning to show you all. And I really, really like it a lot. Very high quality, feels great. It's just a really nice bag. And one day I will show you the bag that she sent me. I was looking for one. It's funny because I put up on Twitter, I did not tag her. I did not tag anybody. And I was like, I'm going to get one of these bags. And Laura was like, Jen, I will send you one. I was like, okay, thank you. So I was like, you don't have to do that. And she's like, no, let me send you one. I was like, okay. She's like, which one do you want? And she sent it to me. But I was planning on paying full price for it. Had no intention of having her send it to me, but I love it. I absolutely love it. And I need to show you because she was kind enough to send it. At least I can do is show it to you. But it's upstairs. I will show it to you. Hopefully I'll remember next week to show you. But anyway, love her palettes. They're really, really good. Very reasonably priced, I feel. Let me show you some of these. Oh my gosh. I do have a full review of this that I did years ago when this came out. Let's kind of show you what we've got going on here. Just, this one right here is super fun. You see the shift? Oh yeah, you can see the shift. It's like gold to pink. So fun. And it's so Laura. I mean, it's very her. So yeah. All right. So we're tapping out with Laura Lee Los Angeles. That's the last one. And then if you all enjoyed this, maybe we'll do this another week. I don't know if we'll do it next week. It just kind of depends on what's happening. But another week where we're kind of like stuck as far as outer topics, we'll go into inner topics. But thank you so much for being here in live chat. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm going to enjoy family time with my kiddo for his birthday. And he's so excited. He's been like counting down the days and he's so excited and so happy. We got to go pick up the dairy-free cupcakes because one of his friends has a dairy allergy. So we got dairy-free cupcakes from our local, it's not Whole Foods, but it's called Root. Well, you guys probably have a Roots market. We got some cupcakes. So we're going to go pick those up. We got to go pick up, so we can have a little party. And I'm just happy he actually gets to have a birthday party this year. So thankfully, the place we're going has masks and, it's going to be good. So, but anyway, I'm going to go and mad love to you and have a great week. Stay safe and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.